Hi, welcome back to Pride People with JC Pride. We're here with Leena Regan from Songbird Society, and we're flipping over the metaphorical microphones. Here you go.
I mean, we have a literal one.
True, but we can't flip this.
True. Hello, and welcome to today's segment of Leena Interviews JC Pride. JC, just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I thought we were doing a thing.
Do you want to? We can.
Yeah, let's do it.
JC, tell me about yourself. How did you find Songbird Society, and tell us about that initial experience?
I have my own mic.
Oh. Diva brought his own mic.
Songbird for me was quite terrifying thing. We all have things we know about the music world, and I think we've convinced ourselves because of what has gone on that it's quite cold and clinical, so I automatically did assume that when coming in here, and I could not have been more wrong. And as soon as I actually walked in here, I noticed colors everywhere. I'm like, okay, these people are a bit cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I like it, because I had two. Fruity as Fruity Pebbles.
How about you, though? Where were you at in your journey at that point?
I'm sorry, could you have the microphone up? I couldn't hear you.
You, though, where were you in your journey at that point?
So, when I actually came here, I was working a lot with Ellie Chesson, who is actually a speech path at Vocal Lab, and she is very good. I've worked with her for a very long time in rehabilitating my voice. She's actually also rehabilitated Leena's voice, and Leena works with her at Vocal Lab too. She is one of their instructors, and she works within her specific design, parameters. That's what I was looking for, because Leena knows a lot, and Ellie always tries to hire people who have specific niche things they can teach to people, so that's very good. And I was probably about 2 years into that and working my vocal recovery. Ellie had just told me, she's like, let's try writing a song. I'm like, okay, and I literally wrote one on the spot. I'm like, okay, done. And she's like, huh? And it was then that I actually learned that writing music was a talent, cause it was just like talking and putting on paper to me. And then I came here, I was terrified, but fear is something that lets me know I'm supposed to do it and do it hard. So I came in here, and even though I was scared, I always did my best at everything, because that's what I do. And I just found between Leena and Max Subducer, they're actually married and they run Songbird Society together. I found that I felt very comfortable and at peace, and all of my insecurities about what I thought they evaporated, so that was good.
And can you talk a little bit more about that piece on that fear indicates to you that you should be doing something? Can you speak a little bit more about that?
I find fear when I basically am like, I'm scared to do it. That to me, that tells me one thing, I have to do it.
Why?
Because I know that fear is the precipice of greatness. I'm like, if I go to where I'm scared, eventually I'm going to find myself somewhere where I dreamed I would be. And ever since then, I've been embracing fears, and it has manifested in magical ways.
That's so cool. What are some of the magical ways that you meeting fear head on and moving through and doing the thing anyway has fear manifested in magical ways?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go the biggest and most obvious one to me. If I hadn't have left my ex in Victor Hop, harbor where I was comfortable and cared for, but severely depressed and kind of just not feeling good. I wouldn't have my music, I wouldn't have my company, I wouldn't have my confidence, I wouldn't have been told that I'm actually good at things. Rather, I would have just continued down that negative trajectory that I was on. And like I found by doing one thing, I was scared to do that for years, and then eventually I just did it, and then unfortunately right after that my nana died, and like, which messed me up, and it was really scary being alone in your own home in a city by yourself with you're not working limbs and your walker and your empty fridge. And like, it's really hard, but it also just evolved into like a pseudo legendary Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Yes, I love that analogy. What are you doing in your life right now that even surprises you, like that you never thought in a million years would be your reality? What are those elements right now?
So lately, actually, because of my music, initially it led me to go to the gym to see a trainer to do a cut, which led me to find a business manager who led me to a person who could help me collect the business goods, and now I'm fully apparently actually a businessman. It just actually happened, and now I'm just like, okay, I got a dress part, so I got some shiny shoes.
Love it.
And I'm just like, it was the other day when I was I learned my first what are they called? Acronym, thank you, so good. It was UCG, user-generated content. UGCCG, I got the dyslexic moment, but I have a brain injury, sue me. But anyway, I learned that, and I'm just like, I think I'm doing this, and then there have been a lot of avenues where I'm like, I'm actually just naturally good at this. And like, it helped me convince myself more of my own power, but it also helped me convince myself that there's a lot I don't know about what I can do. Like, as much as I'm like, oh, you can go do anything, limitations don't hold you back. I'm like, I still have had slight barriers in my head, but
that's natural.
I bash through them with my broken brain, and it's sloppy, it's gunky, it's misshapen, but it still works.
Love it. So specifically, what you're saying, you're doing business. What business?
Tricky, because I haven't quite shared it yet, and I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I suppose roughly it's an e-commerce business that involves obviously dealings with other countries, and then, divulging goods and all that. It's just very complicated.
Mysterious. I love it. Let's move on. Let's say from your stroke to today, what do you think is the biggest transformation that you've had in that time?
So I'm gonna do this in two parts.
Okay.
Because for me, there was physical and emotional, mental. Like, my confidence now is just stupid, to be honest. You cannot convince me that I'm not Queen of Sheba. Like, honestly, I am the tea, and I don't care if that tea has been stood in, dropped on the ground, spilt, whatever. I'm good drinking.
So, confidence?
Confidence, physically, it's quite challenging because obviously it wasn't very physical to begin with, but I think I'm just proud of the physical energy I give off now. I've worked very hard to spread positivity, and I feel that. I feel like I can change the world with my mood, not at all fabricating that.
And what would you say to someone who in their life has faced a really unexpected challenge that's just like rocked their world completely and isn't sure if they can keep going? Like, what would you say to them to inspire them to get over that sensation of hopelessness?
First off, it's not gonna be inspirational. I'm gonna say it's okay to be sad. Your life has changed. You've gotta adjust to a new reality. Don't be that rock fighting against the current, because the current will wear you down. Just go with it. Embrace your oddities. Let things manifest how they will, and they very well could manifest in unexpected ways that you never would have seen coming. So just all I can say is what I believe it was Steve Harvey. He said we all have one natural ingrained talent, and our success in life is strictly derived from our ability to diversify that talent and make it applicable. So just work on yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what is. You stand your ground, unless of course you can't stand, and I understand. See, I use the word stand again intentionally. Also, laugh. You have two options. You have a really sad, reality, or you have this reality that has taught you that you just need to appreciate things, and just being happy is the best way to do that. Laughter is the best medicine. It might give you unwanted wrinkles, but it's worth it. And that's what Botox is for, chicken.
Yeah, things get better.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you always see on posters of cats hanging on. So hang on. Hang in there. You got it. I believe in you. Yeah, no one believed in me, so you got this. You could do it. I believe that you have to believe in what you want to believe. Don't let anyone tell you what's true, what's not true, what's possible, what's not possible. Leena, what do I always say? If someone says I can't do something,
watch me.
Exactly. Thank you for watching Pride People, JC Pride, and Leena Regan. It was very great to have you watching, and I love that you got to get more insight from someone who has had different input in my life, and I hope you got a bit more answers to any questions you might have, and thank you for being with us, Leena.
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
A pleasure.
Yeah, you too. Bye, y'all.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my beautiful story, and please stay tuned because it gets interesting.